Hi, everybody. I'm Kristen Davidson. This is Carolyn Phillips, and we're Hardened and Tempered. We've got a new album out called Hold the Line, and we're playing those songs for you tonight. We're playing tonight at the Zone Recording Studio in Dripping Springs, Texas, and it's a big thank you to Mike Morgan and Pat Mansky for providing sound and studio space. This first song is called Counting the Cars. I was born and I'll die, sentenced to life. I'll do as much time as I can. A cage painted white holds as much hope as a wedding dress wrapped in barbed wire. If I'd free my mind, I'd thumb a ride with each car that comes into view. Imagine a road that goes anywhere, and I just wanna go home. An hour every day of the week, rain, shine, or Texarkana heat. My time is told watching the road, counting the cars go by. Counting the cars go by. I wake up and eat, work and then sleep, and suffer the space in between. I may dare to dream, but nothing good grows in a garden of steel and concrete. No letters, no calls, no one at all, since Mama must have passed away. If only I knew that restless and bored weren't the worst things a kid can go through. An hour every day of the week, rain, shine, or Texarkana heat. My time is told watching the road, counting the cars go by. Counting the cars go by. Ooh. Sometimes I pray I'm treated the same as an old pair of leather boots, 'cause even a shoe gets a new sole when the old one's been worn through. An hour every day of the week, rain, shine, or Texarkana heat. My time is told watching the road, counting the cars go by. Counting the cars go by. Counting the cars go by.
Well, thank you all for joining us. We are so excited to be releasing this album. We've been working on it for about the last year, and quite a year it has been. And the times that have been tough, we have been grateful to have music, and we know that there's a lot going on right now, and that it's hard sometimes to find a balance between all of the emotions that we're feeling. So we're happy that you were able to join us tonight and take this time for some solace and some peace with music and community. We miss seeing all of you so much, and we just thank you for joining in tonight. This next song is called Breaker Breaker. I thought of you when I saw the smallest flower, petals pursed and blue. Lightning strikes, smoke spirals, soft hums wrapped around, cosmic wire that connects me to you. Can you feel it too? Oh, my satellite, carry these words like wishes on a shooting star. Oh, my radio, how far can I go before I lose the signal in the dark that connects me to you? Can you feel it too? Breaker, breaker, 1, 2, 3, calling out for you to call back to me. If all it takes is a reverie, for when I think of you, you'll think of me. I thought of you in the dense fog of night and cast a light out to the sea. Does it beckon over? Does it warn against on wavelengths from ship to shore? Our signals crossed, my message lost. Breaker, breaker, 1, 2, 3, calling out for you to call back to me. If all it takes is a reverie, for when I think of you, you'll think of me. Mattress sags from what I've laid to rest. I'm lonely, lying next to someone else. Shadows form in the passive morning light. There's more silence than sound, more chaff than tender root. Can you feel it too? Breaker, breaker, 1, 2, 3, calling out for you to call back to me. Calling out for you. Calling out for you. Calling out for you.
Well, we had a great time recording this album. Lloyd Maines produced it, and Pat Mansky engineered it, and we can say unequivocally that it was the most fun we had last year. But all things being equal, it would be a great time whenever we would work with Lloyd and Pat. And this next song is called Magnolia. And it really is about finding beauty in all those unexpected places. And on the album, Lloyd wields a mean papoose, which creates the rhythmic string section for the song. Mm-hmm. Sugar tree, clean, sweet sugar tree, glossy smile so pristine, sipping juleps in the shade, forget what's been swept away, you know only what's evergreen. When the fog rolls in along the levee, summer sends a shiver and brings you to your knees. That's the wild catching you. Oh, Magnolia, you wouldn't believe me if I told ya. Oh, Magnolia, oh, anchor line falling down, drifting on a gentle breeze. Reel it in, pull it tight, tiptoe to the other side. Wrap me in a silken tapestry. Frost falls, winter's dressed in lace. When you feel that little whisper dance across your face, that's the wild catching you. Oh, Magnolia, you wouldn't believe me if I told ya. Oh, Magnolia, you'll find beauty where you never thought it'd be. Oh me, oh my, you're pretty, but it's not the flower that impresses me. It's what the spider's spinning behind petals and leaves. Oh, Magnolia, you wouldn't believe me if I told ya. Oh, Magnolia, you'll find beauty where you never thought it'd be. You'll find beauty where you never thought it'd be. And speaking of beauty, we're so impressed that we were able to put on pre-pandemic clothes. That's the big accomplishment. Because we coped a lot with cookie dough.
Yeah, we actually, it was quite something that we're not in our pajamas today.
It's a big accomplishment right there. Well, this next song's called Hold the Line, and it's the title track of the album. And I wrote it. I'd been kicking around a lot of ideas. A lot of the songs actually took their root in the year of 1935, and for a long time the working title for the album was 1935, because I saw so many cycles that seemed to be repeating themselves from that year. And anyway, it all came together when I happened to be in New Orleans, and I went to pay my respects to Homer Plessy, who was a civil rights activist in the 1800s. And it reminded me how much we have to stay vigilant in our fight for equality and equal justice. And that became what the song turned into, and it seemed appropriate to name the album Hold the Line. The guns are still, and the dead remain. Buzzards swarm where the children play, searching for souvenirs. No time to mourn when the new day comes, like the essence of coffee in my cup. I'm still warm, but hollow. Hold the line on the high road. Hold with the patience for polish and protest. Hold the line with full devotion. In the ashes, the heart's a precious stone. Politicians pray, but they will not listen. On their collars are pins and ribbons, paper proof of our tears. Our calls for help and our cries of pain. We raise our arms for a warm embrace. Now, my friend, the enemy, hold the line on the high road. Hold with the patience for polish and protest. Hold the line with full devotion. In the ashes, the heart's a precious stone. We swing and step in good company. But the road is long, longer than it seems. I'll live these days, the rest of my years. I may tire, but I won't disappear. I'm a stone that paves the way. Hold the line on the high road. Hold with the patience for polish and protest. Hold the line with full devotion. In the ashes, the heart's a precious stone. In the ashes, the heart's a precious stone. The crowd goes wild. There's a golf clap somewhere in another room.
Well, again, we just had a great time making this album. And again, I think I said we've been recording most of 2020, but I think we went into the studio originally in July, actually. Is that right?
June, I think.
June. And, you know, the process is different right now. And so we had time to quarantine before and after the studio, and we also had the experience of, Kristen had the experience of recording for the first time at home
on the pedal
steel. which was different. Last time she was with Lloyd in his studio, and so that was a fun new discovery of what she can do. And we put pedal steel on this upcoming song, Crossroads, as well as a couple of others.
Wide Awake at Midnight. But Lloyd has the uncanny ability to give you a swift kick that feels like a gentle nudge, and so it was a good challenge to record the steel at home and pass and add that to a couple tracks on the album. This song's called Crossroads. My heart's held out like a lantern in the night. Dreams burn with kerosene to cast a shaft of light. But I summon from the shadows a fear that keeps me paralyzed. I can't stay, I can't go. The middle of a maze with a broken compass rose. Stars are dark, the wind is slow. I'm standing on the crash course, crossroads. I walked each mile with the map you made for me. If I blamed you now, I'd forget I took each step willingly. I know what could have been, it's what will never be. I can't stay, I can't go. The middle of a maze with a broken compass rose. The stars are dark, the wind is slow. I'm standing on the crash course, crossroads. I don't know where I'm going, but I don't want to be where I am now. I never turned a corner, but somehow I got turned around. I can't stay, I can't go. The middle of a maze with a broken compass rose. The stars are dark, the wind is slow. I'm standing on the crash course, crossroads. I can't stay, I can't go. Middle of a maze with a broken compass rose. The stars are dark, the wind is slow. I'm standing on the crash course, crossroads. As I mentioned earlier, the working title for this album for a long time was 1935 because I was taken by the relationship between events that were happening in 1935 and current events and what can come around again in the cycle of a lifetime. And I was particularly struck by the 6-week period of time during the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl, where people suffered through the worst dust storm in April, and 6 weeks later, there was some of the worst flooding. And I was really struck by how so much of that disaster was man-made because of our policies and practices. And so suddenly it took on a larger meaning of hubris and course correction that we sometimes need to make. This is called the Republican River. I heard about the legend from before the dawn of man, when through the river valley giants roamed the land. They came, they saw, they conquered, they defied the gods above. They tried to tame the river, stood proud in the mud, till the rains came, till the rains came, till the rains came. I smelled the dust storm coming, for I saw the red sun rise. 'Twas the blackest Sunday morning, 1935. I wondered what we had done. Was this God or the devil's plan? Dust so thick it filled our lungs, we was drowning on dry land. Till the rains came, till the rains came, till the rains came. They said the worst was over, but the worst was yet to come. Every drop we'd prayed for together came as one. I watched the waters rising, we held on for our dear lives. A mother's grip is no match for rivers gone mad, for rivers gone mad. They said the crops would follow if machines replaced the plow, 'cause man can change the weather, tearing up the ground. We made those metal monsters, never hungry, never tired, cultivated disaster with progress and pride, till the rains came, till the rains came. How did this stream break its banks like a fever in the night? Tamarisk and olive trees choke that river dry. We push too hard and take too much. Will we ever heed the call? When the water rises up, even giants fall. Yeah, even giants fall. When the water rises up, even giants fall. The next song on the album is When the Harvest Comes, and again, it's part of that sister grouping of songs about the Dust Bowl. And on the album, we had a very special guest, Dennis Ludeker, on mandolin and fiddle, and he is just a monster player, so we were so excited that he got to lend his talents on this particular song on the album. So thank you, Dennis.
Dust Bowl days in desperation. Last chance land rush. Grifters cheated for a quick buck, turning fertile ground to dust. Notes are posted for my neighbors, 'cause the bank foreclosed their land. Some lost their minds to madness, others left by their own hand. Thoughts and prayers, dust on my tongue. Next year's the one, when the harvest comes. I'm just a poor girl trying. I have no hour to spare. Every year gets a little harder when the drought strips you bare. Heartbreak is the cattle crying. They're as close to me as kin. How long must I learn from losing? How long till it rains again? Thoughts and prayers, dust on my tongue. Next year's the one, when the harvest comes. I never tire of dreaming, weather willing, prices high. I wanna feel the hunger, not this pain I've got inside. Thoughts and prayers, dust on my tongue. Next year's the one, when the harvest comes. Next year's the one, next year's the one, when the harvest comes. Thank you.
Thank you. We've got two more songs for you tonight, and the next one's called Beer Bottles and Broken Hearts. And we wanted it to have a soulful feel rather than just a honky-tonk type of song. And so we brought up the idea of horns, and Lloyd said, I know just the guy. And we were really grateful to Mark Gonzalez from Grupo Fantasma, who was our one-man horn section on the album. And so, we don't have Mark here with us tonight, but we do have a special treat in the form of the Red Cloud High School Marching Band first-chair trombone player, Carolyn Phillips. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I was potent once, full-bodied and robust. I was a rebel with a minor chord and shined like a pantsuit playboy. Took my aim, always found the mark on beer bottles and broken hearts. Payday was party time down at the Whispering Pines. True love was written on the wall in the back room of Freedom's pool hall. They weigh the same, there's no difference in the dark between beer bottles and broken hearts. Beer bottles and broken hearts. Beer bottles and broken hearts. Time has turned me into something that I'm not. Beer bottles and broken hearts. Living the dream on a losing streak, moving faster than time's inevitable creep. A heart and a fist accessorized my sleeve, a grand gesture for whatever tempted me. I stood my ground where it always falls apart, with beer bottles and broken hearts. Beer bottles and broken hearts. Beer bottles and broken hearts. Time has turned me into something that I'm not. Beer bottles and broken hearts. Don't let the smooth taste fool ya. When morning comes, I'm so tired of beer bottles and broken hearts. Beer bottles and broken hearts. Time has turned me into something that I'm not. Beer bottles and broken hearts. Time has turned me into something that I'm not. Beer bottles and broken hearts.
That's for you, Mom and Dad. Thanks so much for the silver trombone. Thanks.
Our dog Daisy has really enjoyed the trombone coming online as we rehearse.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, this last song on the album is called Wide Awake at Midnight, and it's true, true, true. So many times when I moved to Texas, I was leaving work at 5 p.m. In Del Rio to drive back to Santa Fe, and so I learned Highway 90 and Highway 285 very well, and always in the middle of the night. We want to send out a huge thank you to Lloyd Maines, who produced this album and played so many parts on it, and Pat Mansky, who engineered, mixed, and mastered the Zone recording studio, and Mike Morgan, Dennis Ludeker, and Mark Gonzalez. We are just so grateful for working with all these guys to pull together this album we're very proud of. So thank you to all of them. Thank you to Mike and Pat today for recording us in this beautiful space. And we hope we get to see all of you live sometime soon, in person. So this is Wide Awake at Midnight. Storm clouds gather to the west. Signals lost on the radio. Warning lights say I need to rest. Headlights have turned to halos. Stop for coffee and gasoline. Walk the aisles for no regrets. Bought a backup plan for $20 of shoestrings and cigarettes. If I'm to Sanderson before I lose the light, I feel pretty certain I'll make it home tonight. The needle's in the red. There's a long road ahead of me. I'm hoping that I'll make it. Hope is all I have for strategy, but I'm reckless not to risk it. I've never cared for what I should. I'm wide awake at midnight. I never felt so good. I turned off my dashboard lights when the moon was hanging low, so I could trace the blue silhouette of the Sangre de Cristos. Time's a thief that loves to lie in wait. Tonight I'll steal some back for catches my mistakes. The needle's in the red. There's a long road ahead of me. I'm hoping that I'll make it. Hope is all I have for strategy, but I'm reckless not to risk it. I've never cared for what I should. I'm wide awake at midnight. I never felt so good. Moving fast but sitting still. I don't know what's lost or gained. Is it tomorrow or today? I've lost so many hours playing it safe. The needle's in the red. There's a long road ahead of me. I'm hoping that I'll make it. Hope is all I have for strategy, but I'm reckless not to risk it. I've never cared for what I should. I'm wide awake at midnight. I never felt so good. I'm wide awake at midnight. I'm wide awake at midnight. I'm wide awake at midnight. I never felt so good.
That's it, y'all. We thank you so much for joining in with us tonight, and we dearly hope to see you in the future. Take care.
Thank you.